Now, a new catastrophe had erupted, its venom unmatched. Meghan was accused of blackmailing Prince Harry, ensnaring him in a dark plot to seize control #of Valorum's treasury. The accusation, blazing across the kingdom's scrying orbs, branded her a schemer, threatening to shatter their union. Harry, her anchor through every storm, stood beside her, but the weight of this lie threatened to fracture their bond. The palace, once a beacon of majesty, now felt like a crypt of whispers, its crystal corridors alive with the flicker of orbs proclaiming the council's outrage. The Queen holds the prince in chains of deceit. Tonight, Meghan had planned to enter the Starstone's crypt, a desperate bid to restore The relic's power, and #save Valorum's failing harvests. Her heart, scarred by betrayals, Desara's warnings, Vera's visions, Morgana's rituals, Kalitha's ciphers, Serafina's chronicles, Thalion's crystals, Elindra's prophecies, Voltha's truths, Zoratha's reliquaries, Lysandra's soul locket, Celine's celestial orb, Vera's verity amulet, Thalira's Skyzinger's crystal, Lysera's lawkeeper's scroll, Zorathine's shadowbinder #S mirror, bled under this new assault. The blackmail accusation, fueled by whispers of forged letters to #Mandating Harry's Lowy #Altifagol #D, painted her as a traitor to love and crown. The QRT's vipers hissed with glee, their eyes glinting with malice, accusing her of treason. King Charles, already wounded by her dossier, loomed as a silent judge, his trust in them shattered. Meghan's fingers clutched the edge of a marble altar, her emerald eyes clouded with a tempest of grief and defying key. The accusation of blackmailing Harry cut deeper than any scandal, its venom twisting their love into a weapon. She recalled their last quiet moment in the palace's moonlit grove, the air thick with frost, Harry's green eyes steady as he whispered, "I'd give everything for you." But the orbs now claimed she'd coerced him, Dima #ending his allegiance to secure her throne. Forged letters, bearing her seal, surfaced in the council's hands, alleging she threatened to expose Harry's secrets. Who had crafted this lie? The question burned as she faced #Harry, his auburn hair disheveled, his eyes shadowed with pain. "I know it's not #true, he had said last night, his voice breaking under the weight of frost-laden ire. But who will believe us? Meghan's heart ached with doubt. A breathless herald burst into the sanctum, his cloak dusted with frost, his voice trembling with urgency. "Your Majesty, a message from the Shadow District. A seer from Eldoria awaits at the Shadowvale Tavern, claiming to know the truth behind the blackmail accusation. The guards await your command." The words struck like a spark in He dark. Truth. Could it redeem her or seal her doom? Meghan's heart surged with fragile hope, but the sanctum's shadows seemed to mock her. She glanced at Harry, his jaw tight, and nodded. "Take us there," she commanded, her voice steady despite the tremor in her hands. They swept rough a hidden passage, her gown trailing like a wraith across the cold stone, Harry's steps heavy beside her. The carriage sped through Valorum's frost-rimed streets, past flickering lanterns and shuttered stalls, the clatter of hooves echoing Meghan's racing thoughts. She recalled their early reign, Harry's reckless charm, their dream of a united Valorum, her vow to rise above her outsider status. But the scandals, each tied to the Starstone's peril, had woven a noose of doubt. The blackmail accusation fueled by forged letters, cheesestead their love into a lie. The Shadowvale Tavern loomed ahead, its weathered facade aglow with a spectral light, the air thick with frost and whispered secrets. Meghan pulled her hood low, her steps swift as she navigated the tavern's smoky common room, ignoring the stares of patrons clutching their mulled wine. She embed the #arrow stairs to the room named by the herald, her pulse a deafening roar. She pushed the door open without knocking. Harry stood by a small, flickering hearth, his auburn hair dusted with frost, his green eyes wide with a mix of #F and desperation. Beside him stood a figure #E cloaked in deep emerald, their face obscured by a hood, their hands clutching a glowing, rune-etched chalice. The scene was charged, far from the treachery the court whispered, but Meghan's heart stung with the weight of another secret. Her voice sliced through the silence, sharp as a blade. Harry, you meet in shadows while they accuse me of #blackmailing you. They claim I hold you hostage, and you're here with another stranger. The figure lowered their #OD, revealing a face weathered by time, their amber eyes glinting with quiet resolve. "I am Silvara," They said, their voice low and reason "and, like a breeze through ancient pines. "I am a blood weaver of the veil, keeper of Valorum's sacred bonds. Prince Harry sought me to uncover the truth behind the blackmail accusation." Harry stepped forward, his hands raised in supplication. "Meghan, the letters are forged. The traitor we've hunted, Desara, Vera, L warned of them, used a spell to craft them, framing you to break our bond and seize the Starstone." Meghan's S blazed, her voice trembling with pain. "Forged? They accuse me of tainting our love, and you claim it's a spell?" After Doria's betrayal, Jessica's words, and the network's rejection, how many more secrets, Harry? The accusation cut deep, her love for Harry, now a weapon. Her heart, battered by betrayal, ached with doubt. Had she misjudged her enemies? Silvara raised the chalice, its light casting eerie shadows across the room. "This is a Bloodweaver #S chalice," they said. "It unveils truths bound by blood and oath. The blackmail letters were forged by a traitor within the royal council, using a spell to mimic your seal. Your child, the Starst One's heir, is their target." They produced a frost-rhymed parchment, its edges pulsing with sigils. "This parchment, stolen from the traitor's lair, reveals their plan. To use the blackmail accusation to isolate you, allowing them to seize the Starstone. The #traitor is closer than you know." Harry took Meghan's hand. "Hi #S touch plea #ding. "I should have told you," he said, his voice thick with rigor. "I so #Ute Silvara to save our love and our child. The traitor wants us divided." Meghan pulled away, a heart torn between betrayal and duty. "You've broken my trust, Harry," she said. "But if Valorum is at stake, we face it together." Silvara's amber eyes gleamed with resolve. "The Starstone's crypt lies beneath the palace, guarded by traps only a royal can disarm. The traitor knows you're near the truth. We must act now." Meghan straightened, her coronet a reminder of her duty. The blackmail accusation, the council's scorn, her pain, they weight. Vela survival hung in the balance.